Whether screen is visible to all? Okay. So we have started the first unit in the last lecture. The first unit requires 3 hours to complete, okay, in the class. But we are not in the class. We are studying this particular concept online. So it may finish before time. Okay. So we have started that. We have seen preprocessors. Then what are the tasks performed by the preprocessors? Okay, that is inclusion of header files, expansion of macros, that we have seen. What that define indicates? We are writing define. So when I write hash define, what it indicates? If I write hash define, means what it indicates? That we have seen in the last lecture. Many times I use this key, use this word define. Before define we have to write hash. What is the meaning of that hash? What that hash indicates? I'm asking to everyone. Am I audible to all? Huh. Then tell me what that hash indicates. What if I don't write hash include stdio.h? What is the meaning of that hash include stdio.h? What is the meaning of this example? Hash define pi 3.14. Two times hash is used. What is the meaning of that? So you immediately forget everything. Hash indicates what? It is a preprocessor statement. Means we are going to write one preprocessor. What preprocessor does? Preprocessor नावातच आहे त्याच्या. Preprocessor means what? Processing is done before compilation. That is pre-processing. Means before execution something is processed. That's why the name is given preprocessor. Okay. What is preprocessed then? Inclusion of header file. That is whatever library functions that are written in the header files. For example, stdio.h, it is the header file. So whatever functions are defined in the stdio.h that are included in our program by using hash include. Hash indicates what? It is a preprocessor statement. Include indicates what? It is the name of directive. Okay. So hash include indicates include the header file, that is include the contents of header file into the program. So that inclusion must be done before the execution starts. That is why we are calling it as a preprocessor. Then hash define. Again hash. Ah, okay, let me check. Just a minute, I will check. But I am not getting any request here. They might have joined to some other group. Just check it out. Which link they are preferring? I have just a minute. I will write one message there. Just a minute. I have dropped one message there. Sir is unable to see chat. Unable to see chat. Sir, some students are waiting, accept their request. But I'm not, still I'm not getting any request. Just a minute, all of you. What I will do, I will continue teaching. Someone drop their message. 41 students have joined. What is the problem with other students? Someone can drop the message there, because I am not getting any kind of request here. If the request is coming, then only I am able to accept that request. Okay. So tell the students to use that link only. There might be two links in the on the group. That one link I have shared yeah, in the morning at 8:15. So some of the students might be joining by using that link. So tell them to join by using the latest link which I have shared there. Someone can drop the message because we are already late. Okay. So we will start. कोणीतरी तिथे मेसेज ड्रॉप करा. Okay. So are you getting this point? Hash include, hash define, that we have seen, but you immediately forget these things. So don't forget these things, because this is the what we can say. We are learning a programming language. This is not a theoretical concept. Okay, don't go by theory. It is a practical subject. We should understand the concept practically. We just don't need to focus theoretical points only. We need to understand how these points are practically implemented. Like the way hash include stdio.h, it means that you are including the header files. Okay, library header files. So likewise, you can create your own header file also. You can create your own header file also. Okay, that we will see further how to create our own header file. So hash define, whenever we are writing hash define, what it indicates, you can tell me what that hash define indicates. I told you hash include indicates what? Hash indicates preprocessor statement, include indicates the directive which include the header file into the program, that I told you. Now you tell me what that hash define indicates. Someone can tell me. Am I audible to all? What that hash define indicates then? It should not happen, students. Hmm? You should know it. What is? What answer you told? Definition of symbolic constant. Okay. Anything else? See, whenever we are writing define means what? We are going to define one macro. Okay, we are going to define one macro. Okay, macro, it is like a constant that we have seen in the last lecture. The difference between macro and constant. It acts like a constant. But what is the difference in constant and macro? Some differences are there. In constant, once you assign the value to the constant, that value of the constant never changes throughout the program at anyhow. You cannot change the value of constant. Okay, that is one thing. In case of macro, now this is the macro. Hash define indicates one of the macro. What is name of the macro? Pi is the name of macro. And what is the value of that macro? That is 3.1415. That is the value of that macro Pi. Now here you have defined this macro. Somehow at some stage, if you want to redefine this macro, you can redefine it by using First of all, undefine that macro by using undefined directive, and then you use the defined directive to redefine that macro, which is not happening in case of constant. You cannot reinitialize the constant. Once it is initialized, that value remains the final throughout the program, throughout execution of the program. Okay, but in case of macro, you can redefine the macro, but to redefine the macro, first of all undefine that macro. Once you undefine that macro, you can redefine that macro by using define directive. Okay, the next, we have seen function like macro. Means what? Macro can also work like a function. Okay, that is function call, function definition. These are the aspects of the function that we have seen. So you can define a macro that works in the same way like a macro. But what is the difference? You can see here, let us see the program. This is the define. Circle area is the name of macro that works like a function. So in front of that, parameters, the way we pass the parameter to the function, in the same way we have to pass here the parameter. Only the difference is that when you are going to define the function, at that time, whenever whatever parameters you are passing to the function, you have to pass the data type of that parameter also. In case of function, in case of macro, there is no need to pass the data type of the parameter. You can see here, circle area is the name of macro. Then in front of that, in bracket, we have written r. So here we have not written any data type associated with that r. Okay, but in case of function, you have to write the data type of this r. And in front of that, that logic is written. What this function is going to do, that is written in front of that in bracket. Okay, you can skip this bracket also. From here you are calling that macro. Circle area, okay, is the name of macro. And here whatever radius you are going to take from the user, that radius will be passed. So value of r will be the value of radius. Now this circle area will be directly replaced by the actual code. We know that this is called as a macro expansion. This is called as macro expansion. Okay, like whenever you are calling the function, if circle area is the function, in that case what will be happen? Control is transferring from function call to function definition. कुठं जे ज्या सर्कल एरियाची जिथं डेफिनेशन असेल तिथं आपला कंट्रोल जंप झाला असता इफ सर्कल एरिया इज अ फंक्शन. But circle area is not a function, it is a macro that acts like a function. So whenever we are calling macro, we are directly, compiler directly replace that circle area, that macro, by its code. So what is code of this circle area? What is the logic of this circle area? That is pi into r into r. So circle area will be replaced by pi into r into r, and here itself that value will be calculated. There is no need to jump from this location to this location. Okay, which happens in case of function. So this is the example of macro that acts like a function. Then next, these are some of the macro, these are some of the preprocessors that we have seen. Macro versus function that we have seen. Okay, काय डिफरन्स आहे मग मॅक्रो आणि फंक्शन मध्ये सांगा. आपण आता एक एक्झाम्पल बघितलं. कोण सांगेल विदाउट रीडिंग इट? हू कॅन टेल मी? नो टाइप चेकिंग इज परफॉर्म्ड, दॅट इज वन डिफरन्स. कुठल्याही प्रकारचा पॅरामीटरचा टाइप चेक केला जात नाही. व्हॉट टाइप ऑफ पॅरामीटर यू आर पासिंग, you can pass any type of parameter to the macro. But in case of function, whatever parameters you are passing at the time of function declaration, that parameter must be same at the time of function call as well as at the time of function definition. Okay, so data type of all the parameters must be same in all the three aspects. But in case of macro, you can pass any data type because no type checking is performed. That is one difference. Another difference is what? Whenever you call the macro is immediately get replaced by its actual logic. But in case of function, whenever you are calling the function, we have to jump from function call to function definition, and from function definition that actual logic of that function will be executed. Okay, that is another difference. Here is the example that we have seen. This example contains both function as well as macro. So this square is a name of function and this square, capital square, is name of the macro. So if you don't pass the parameter properly to the macro, then you will not get the expected outcome that we have seen. Output of the square function is 25. You can see here output of the square function is 25, and output of this square macro is 11. So you are not getting the expect pass the parameter properly. बरोबर आहे. फंक्शनचं आउटपुट तुम्हाला वेगळं भेटते आणि मॅक्रोचं आउटपुट वेगळं भेटते का? बिकॉज यू आर नॉट पासिंग द पॅरामीटर्स प्रॉपरली. So you need to pass the parameters properly to get the same result as it is given by the function. Okay, that we have seen how result is different. Then conditional compilation, we have seen some conditional compilation directives. So it is like a if-else statement, the if-else statement which we are writing in case of branch statement. We know that if-else, if-else if ladder. Okay, these statements we know, but we are using that statement if you want to check the condition at program execution. Okay, प्रोग्राम एक्झिक्यूट करताना कंडिशन चेक करताना आपण काय करतो, तिथं ते आपण यूज करतो. जस्ट अ मिनिट. Hello, am I audible to all?